Hey,
And now, here's the host of the Recovery Alley, Jeff Neenstead.
hey, evening, everybody. It's Jeff with Southwest Toll Operators Recovery Out. I hope everybody had a great day. Man, it's been a little crazy around here. I tried to take a vacation last week, and I drove into a blizzard in Colorado and drove up an icy mountain. Tonight we're going to go back to talking about the Google My Business, your social media, SEO. We're going to tell you about some new attacks that are coming up on the internet. It's very important to know what's going on out there with the hackers, the phishing, the man in the middle attacks, and you really need to learn your Google My Business. I'm very fortunate. My producer that produces Recovery Alley, Marcelo Perez with Wolverine Productions, handles my stuff and does a fantastic job. So we're just not going to wait anymore. So Marcelo, let's start out with the Google My Business.
All right. Well, I want to first of all thank everybody for allowing me to come on the show. Jeff, I've known you for a long time. And you know what? I've learned, and am learning your industry, and I have a great appreciation and respect for all the operators out there and all the families of the operators. So I just want to mention that first of all before we go into the show. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about Google My Business, different types of hacking and ways to protect your business, and also talk a little bit about SEO.
So with the Google My Business, let me lead you in here real quick.
Absolutely.
So a couple of years ago, I get a little message. There's something about I'm fixing to lose my Google My Business.
Yeah.
And you reach the old mouse, and then I stopped and I went, Marcelo handles all that. So luckily, I shoot Marcelo a text. Don't do anything, Jeff. Don't do anything. So, unfortunately, there have been some people out there that have lost their Google My Business page. And luckily enough, Marcelo, when it comes to the towing industry, he really does have a passion. When he came to me, he knew nothing. So he's got a lot of people from the towing industry now that are contacting him. All the stuff that they've seen from me. He saved my Google My Business page. And one of the first couple of shows, we did a little spot on this, and you had somebody from Texas. They actually got in touch with me, and I put you in touch with them. They had lost two Google My Business pages, and they couldn't get them back.
Yeah.
And the people that were supposed to be helping them wouldn't get it back either.
Right.
But Marcelo, aka Wolverine, got the Google My Business site back for himself.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because, and I hope he doesn't mind, but Tyler actually sent me this message. As you can see here, your business profile has been disabled. And he texted me and said, we need your help. And I said, just give me access. And he sent me the access. And you know what? It took me a couple days, but then Monday, as you can see, he said, you saved us again. And you know what? It's about helping each other, Jeff. And so that's why I did it. And, as you can see here, Lee's Paint and Body, which he also maintains, I helped him out getting that as well. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is with this is that, you know what? Did I charge him? No. And you know why? Because I do have a passion for all tour operators. And you know what? If it takes me 15 minutes of my time with my expertise to do a rebuttal and get your Google My Business back, it's helping your family, and that's what it boils down to. So I'm glad that we were able to support and help Tyler, and now, he's asking for a website. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. So, maybe we can give a little history on the Google My Business and maybe explain, just exactly what is Google My Business.
Sure. So Google My Business actually started in 2014. It's not too long ago. And before that, it was Google Places. They called different things. But what's interesting about Google My Business is that it's a free tool. It's a free tool for you to market your business. It manages multiple locations, so you don't have to just have one location. It offers, a way to get Google reviews. A recent study actually showed, Jeff, that 90% of purchasing online is based on reviews. I always joke around with my clients because I say, you know what? Even if your mother said, buy these socks, they're the best, and you've got 1,000 reviews saying they're going to cause itching and rash, you're not going to buy it, even against your own mother, because reviews are so powerful nowadays. It's a great way to send people to your website as well. In addition, it manages your reputation, and you learn how people can find you. So it's a very powerful tool, and I always recommend Google My Business to all my clients. So
Yeah. So, we'll touch on you talked about reviews, right?
yes, yes.
It's very, very important for you to monitor your reviews.
Oh yeah.
And you have to learn how to reply to your reviews tactfully. Usually somebody's given a review. You're hoping it's a good review. Sometimes you get a bad review, and you're going to have to answer that review. But I will warn you, there are some reviews that you may just want to let them lie. You do not want to get into a back and forth with somebody on your Google review page.
Right.
It escalates. It gets bad. If you have a review that you don't think is right, dispute that review.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not correct, dispute the review, and get it pulled off.
Yes.
And it's like he was saying, Google My Business, it's important. But tell me why people hack somebody's Google My Business page.
So here's the deal. And a lot of people don't realize this, but let's just say hypothetically, you don't go on Google My Business. You don't sign up, you don't use it. Google is still going to identify your business. So what people will do, and let's say that, like, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say it's Wolverine Towing. Wolverine Towing comes into Schertz, Texas, and notices that, Jeff, being, the man he is, he didn't sign up for Google My Business. I'll take it. So I click on it and actually claim his business as mine. And when I do that, then I can change his phone number to mine. I could change his website to mine, and he won't have any difference. Like, he will have no idea. So what happens is I get all his business. He basically goes bankrupt. His family goes down, and I profit from his stupidity. So where I'm going with this is that you need Google My Business, number one, but number two, you need to make sure that nobody is going to be hacking your Google My Business. And we're going to go into that in a little bit, but I just wanted to answer that question, Jeff, in the sense that, we have to be mindful of how important Google My Business is to your business.
In this technology age, I'm sure several people out there have been bitten. You get an email, you get a text, and it's like, click here. Man, you need to be really careful about these links. If something comes to you and you don't know what it is, I've learned they get deleted right away. Maybe I miss winning a free cruise to somewhere doing this. Maybe I do.
Yeah.
But if you remember, and I'm very careful. Marcelo he's coached me very well. Last year, somewhere I got into an email, and I'm gonna tell you what, Microsoft shut my servers down immediately. It took us 10 days to get
Oh,
my
yeah.
emails fully functioning. Marcelo was on the phone for hours every day. And it's crazy because we didn't get the help that I thought we would have got from Google.
Right.
We explained everything to them, and I mean, it was just a fight. So, you know, even with Google My Business, you have to protect that, right?
Mhm.
And so, how do we protect our Google My Business?
Well, one of the things you want to make sure of is to make sure, first of all, you optimize Google My Business. And I'm going back to Tyler and Lee's Wrecker. He doesn't have a website right now. He doesn't have some of the things filled out on Google My Business. Fill it out as much as possible. Include your website, include a lot of pictures, photos, videos. The more you do that, the more credible you look in Google's eyes. If you do that, there's going to be less apt for people to come in there and hack you. So what I always tell people is optimize your Google My Business as best you can. If you don't know how to do that, then contact your digital marketer, myself, or whomever to kind of help you with that process. Because at the end of the day, Google My Business is, if it gets stolen, it is a nightmare to get it back. So it's always good to just, learn and adapt and apply what people, can like teach you, like I did it with Jeff, so that you can protect your business.
And man, there's just all kinds of stuff coming at us, man. There's everything. So what I've been experiencing here lately, it freaked me out for just. I mean, I didn't click anything, but I'm like, man, I need to get in touch with Marcelo because are they going to shut my page down? Phishing attacks. If you've got a pretty active page or something, you're going to start getting these warnings that says your site is going to be deactivated. Click here.
Right.
Don't click the link.
Right.
And you're going to continue to get these warnings.
Right.
And then you're going to get, this is a final warning before we shut you down. So I got in touch with Marcelo. Marcelo said, let me get in touch with Facebook. Gets on with Facebook. And literally what Facebook said was, look, these scammers and the phishing guys, they're getting good. Even Facebook said it looked just like Meta. Everything was there. But just as soon as you click on that link, all of a sudden, they've got all your information, credit card stuff. I mean, the amount of information they could get from social media would scare you. But you want to talk some more about these phishing attacks?
Sure. So basically, we're talking about with phishing is the fact that you may get messages like this before, and basically phishing is when someone tries to get access to your account, right? And this happens all the time right now. In fact, it's happened to the coalition. And I have no problem showing this to you right now. This gives you an example of what these kinds of pictures look like. Dear, National Open Commerce and Safer Highways Coalition, your account will be disabled. So, of course, when you get these messages, you have no other thought but to say, you know what, let me click that link. Well, what happens when you click the link is these hackers have created a Facebook page that looks just like Facebook, but you put your user ID and password in there. Once you do that, then now the hackers have your account information. They have all the credit card information. If you ever used a Facebook ad, they could actually shut you down. So, it really, unfortunately, it just limits you to losing all your social media in one keystroke. So that's why I've told Jeff, I said, hey, if you get this link, don't click it and send it to me, send it to your digital marketing provider. What I do with each of my clients is I report them to Facebook. And that's the most important thing you can do.
Yeah,
because that way
they've got to know. And it's just
absolutely.
like my good buddy and my fellow board member with Southwest Toll Operators, Tim Ward. It's just like I said, dealing with scammers. It's every day, and here just it seems like in the last couple of months, it's like they've stepped up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So when you're working on getting noticed out there on social media and on the internet, the more traffic you have,
Right.
the higher your rankings are.
Yeah.
The target gets bigger and bigger on you because that's what they do. They go do a very, very simple search on Google. So it's broad.
Right.
And then whatever comes up, they know that somebody's working on their SEO.
Right.
Because there's no way that this guy's ranking right here if somebody's not doing this stuff. And now you got a target on you. And so a lot of people out there working on their traffic and stuff, but just realize if you've got a high traffic site, you need to have somebody watching it all the time.
Right. And that's what's interesting is we can kind of go back on another experience that we've had. You see, Jeff is pretty highly, and we can show that in a minute when we talk about SEO, but these hackers are looking for people that are ranking high. Why would they waste their time on people that are ranking low, right? So they're hitting those people that are ranking high on SEO and Google. For instance, we had Marcus, and we'll talk a little bit on Marcus here. Marcus is the owner of American RTS here in New Braunfels, Texas. And he had a situation similar to Jeff's where he was called by a company called NRA Dispatching. And I'll say it.
Everybody remember what he's saying here. NRA Dispatch. If anybody out there, you need to let your dispatchers, you need to let managers know this NRA Dispatch. You got to watch out for them. That's one of the newest ones that's hitting us.
Right. So NRA Dispatching contacted Marcus at some ungodly hour and said, hey, listen, we need a tow, and acted as if they were the people being towed and said, oh, we're over here on this street, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, Marcus is like, yeah, and what happened was Marcus, had the invoice of $125, as you can see here, just for a simple tire service. No problem. Well, what eventually happens was that he gets there and he takes care of the situation and he tells the person, okay, well, here's a service. Well, it's already been covered. By who? Well, by this company called NRA Dispatching. But what they didn't realize was NRA Dispatching charged the client, the customer, $250 already. So what they're doing, is there's this is called basically this middleman, hackers, and they're just charging people maybe 50% more than what you should be charged, and they're taking advantage of people, and it's just not right. And this is one of the most recent hacks going on right now. So be like Jeff said, watch out for NRA Dispatching.
Yeah. It's like the one I got.
Oh yeah, that was a classic from Houston, right?
The gentleman calls the shop that we've towed for a very long time. Asked who does your towing. They said Roadrunner Towing. So he goes to Google. Google's Roadrunner Towing.
Yep. Pops
up. Call now. Somebody answers the phone, sets up the tow. Lo and behold, same thing with like Marcus. They called us and said, hey, we've got a tow for you. We quoted them a price. We towed the car. A few days later, we get a call from the shop. Says, hey, man, you really put it to that customer. You charged them $250 to tow them 3 miles. And so we're looking for it, and we can't find the tow because we're looking on their account. We can't see it. But then the owner calls and tells us what's going on and tells us this big, long story. But again, he was charged $250 for this tow. Right. And we actually made contact with the guy that did this because he called back. And I can't explain this. Maybe you can. But it's literally like they can switch this on and off.
Right.
So maybe during a high traffic time during the day, 3 to 6, maybe 8 to 10 in the morning, when they're expecting this higher call, and they don't get every phone call. It's like they click a button and say, "Well, I'm gonna get the next call that goes to them."
Right.
And they use these Google numbers. So what about that?
Well, the thing is there's something called DNS spoofing. And DNS spoofing is where people can actually hack into your website, hack into your phone, reroute people to another site. So, it's really complex, but unfortunately, people don't realize that they're vulnerable. And that's why we always recommend. There's certain things that we're going to talk about recommending to protect yourself. But if you start realizing, like Marcus, he immediately called me. I mean, he's my client, and he was sharing with me, like, hey, look, this whole thing with NRA dispatching doesn't make any sense. So we were able to look into it. And today, actually, I called NRA dispatching several times, no answer. So the only way that we can kind of prevent or protect ourselves is to continuously report these things to organizations like, Southwest Tour Operators, or to other organizations that can help protect our businesses, like the coalition. So that's why I'm grateful to be a part of it. But the thing is that unless these things get reported to us, we can't act on them. I act on them via Google and all the other organizations, so we can shut down these websites. That's my focus, is to shut down these websites. So these people don't, basically invade your business by trying to hack them. So that's where we're at with that.
Yeah. So that it's happening more and more. This what we're calling it the man in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's not just the towing. It's not just the towing industry. It's any industry. So I mean, anybody that knows a business owner, let them know about this deal, because it gets people. And when my operations manager actually talked to the guy that did it to us.
Oh yeah, that was
and
great.
So he actually, it was crazy, because if he would have been recording the phone call, he calls this guy. The guy answers the phone. He says, "Hey, is this Roadrunner Towing?" He goes, "Yes. What do you need?" And he goes, "This is Roadrunner Towing." And then all of a sudden it disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
So David calls him back. Says, "Hey, is this Roadrunner Towing?" And he's like, "Oh, no. But David had a fairly long conversation with this guy. And he was kind of like, "Well, I'm not hurting anybody." Look, well, let's think about not hurting anybody. When you don't have your dispatchers taking the calls, every company may dispatch a little different. The questions might be different. But all of a sudden you pop up a bad review. So, the service was great, but when I was talking to the dispatcher, they were rude. They said it was going to be 45 minutes. They were there an hour and a half. Right. Because we don't know how long that person's been waiting while he's been fishing for somebody to go make that call.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not like it's a victimless crime. It's a chance that your business name is going to be soiled a little bit, because it's not done the way you want your business to be ran.
Right. And I mean, we have to look at the facts, guys. I mean, I think it was 25% of Facebook users, were hacked in 2023. That equates to about 67,000 businesses. So, when I look at things on my end from my niche, and the calls I get, it is frustrating, because these hackers are just all over the place. But all we can do is try to educate our, clients and customers to where, hey, look, don't click the link, but more importantly, do things like use strong passwords. We use the two-factor authentication on your emails, antivirus software. Avoid using Wi-Fi in public places. And I know that it's hard to do, because even myself, if Stacy and we're out, then of course we're going to use the Wi-Fi of any restaurant. But be careful with that. and what you transfer during those, those when you're looking up certain internet sites on those Wi-Fi's, and disregard any suspicious ads and links. I mean, this is really all we can do for now. But as tow operators and businesses and out there, hackers are looking for small businesses versus corporate, because corporate, of course, are going to have huge, firewalls and different ways to protect their businesses. Maybe you don't. So that's why you have to always keep that in mind, especially as a small business.
Yeah. So, real quick, I want to give a little props to Marcelo. I'm gonna run a little promo video here in just a second, but I just want to let everybody know. Of course, this is with Southwest Toll Operators Recovery Alley. If you are a member of Southwest Toll Operators, Marcelo does handle some of our social media. He handles. Just put up a great new website. Go check that out, www.swtoop.org. Go check that out. We're always looking for new members. We'd love to have you. And if you are a member, you get a special discount from Wolverine Productions, and it would be well worth it. But let's go on and learn a little bit more about AKA Wolverine, Marcelo Perez, and Wolverine Productions.
All right, thanks, Jeff. All right.
So there it is from Wolverine Production. And literally, Marcelo does almost everything. I mean, he did my daughter's wedding. He's done my promo videos. When me and Marcelo first met, he was gracious enough to come out. He's done a lot of the slow down, move over shoots for me. Just a bunch of stuff. And real quick, I'm with the National Open Commerce and Safer Highways Coalition. I've been honored enough to be brought into the fold with a coalition who is fighting the FTC rule change on deceptive fees, hidden fees, excessive fees. If you're in the towing industry and you haven't heard about it, you need to get with us. You can go to our website. It's www.nocshc.com. Again, Wolverine Productions has just about finished up our website. We've got a site up right now. It's very basic, but here probably in the next 24 hours, be looking for an explosive website that's going to start really pumping out some information. We had a really good meeting today with a lot of associations to get the message out about how serious this FTC rule change is that could just be bad for the industry. It could be horrible for the industry. There's a lot of people out there that don't believe anything's going to happen. And I think today on our call, we proved that there's a problem and it's coming really fast. So again, if you want to be a part of the answer, and if you want to help fight this new rule change that's coming down, again, check us out at www.nocshc.com. That's the National Open Commerce Safer Highways Coalition. I really want to say thank you for everybody that did come on the call today. It was great to have you. A lot of good questions. I think everybody's starting to understand. But again, keep up with that website. You can also check us out on Facebook, National Open Commerce Safer Highways Coalition. Go on and click the follow or the like button. You can check out the YouTube page. We've got some videos going out. And be looking for updates weekly. We got information coming in, and we're sorting stuff out. So just like I said, get with the website. Check us out on Facebook. You can always click on our Facebook, on our website, and get on our email list so we can keep you up to date on what's going on. And I want everybody to remember right now the National Open Commerce and Safer Highways Coalition. The core, the nucleus, has really done a good job. We try to put a lot of stuff together in a very short period of time. We had a little problems with communication. We're getting it ironed out, but we want all the support we can get from you. We want you to know that we got in front of us right now this rule change. That's our target right now. But guys, we got a fox in the hen house. We got a 5-alarm fire. We need it. All hands on deck. If y'all need more information, just reach out to us at the National Open Commerce and Safer Highways Coalition. We'd love to have you. We're building a team, and we're building a strong team to fight. Once we get this under control, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be here to help out with some other big issues that the towing industry is facing. We're going to try to make these legislators understand what we do out there. That's one of the problems. They don't understand it. We've got some really good regulatory firms that are working for us that have put out some analysis. You can check that out on our Facebook page. You get on that email list. Go on and get on that email list so you get the information that's coming out. We've got really good information. It's solid. It's transparent. There's no propaganda here, folks. We've done our work. We spent a lot of money for the towing industry to get the answers, and now we're finding our path forward to try to take care of some of the stuff that's going on. So again, become involved. National Open Commerce Safer Highways Coalition. We'd love to have you, and we're going to get back onto this. So people think when they think about a hacker, it's somebody from overseas.
Yeah.
Not true.
Nope.
When it comes to digital marketing, you know what? We're going to do this, Marcelo. We're going to do this. We're going to talk about SEO. Okay.
Here we go.
I tell you what, I'm going to hold my tongue right here.
I know you are.
I was approached. I was already working with Marcelo. I was approached by a company, and there's a lot of them out there. I get calls all the time, emails. I looked at your website. I found some problems with it, and then I forwarded it to Marcelo. SEO is really important. So again, I was approached by a company that wanted to do my SEO.
We won't mention names.
We can't. We're being professional.
Yes, sir.
Guaranteed me that within a period of time, I'd be number one on Google. Okay, number one on Google, and a lot of money. Yeah. It went from SEO to, man, we'd love to do your website. We'd like to take a look at it. I've got a website guy. I've got it. And because Marcelo had explained to me, because we talked about this, I shot it back to the guy that was pitching me. And he basically said, well, I guess we don't have anything else to talk about. So when you're paying for SEO, and I'm talking, paying for SEO can be $1,500, $2,000, $20,000. I mean, it can be very expensive because these guys are coming in and they're charging a price. But then you have, I'm paying you. Why am I paying Google also? So all of a sudden, you know, they're telling me I'm going to do your SEO. That's going to be $800 a month, but we're going to have to pay Google $1,000 a month.
Right.
Because for the ads, they're doing ads. So let's take San Antonio. Okay. It's a pretty large company. We've got lots of towing companies in San Antonio. This company handles a lot of these companies in San Antonio because these companies have not been educated on what's going on.
Right.
So how can you call 50 towing companies? Out of those 50 towing companies, 25 of them say, you know what? I'm gonna try it. So how do you make 25 companies in San Antonio number one on Google? So let's think about that. They're telling 25 companies that they're going to make them number one.
Right.
I'm going to explain to you how they make you number one. They have very, very consolidated search areas. Okay. Yeah. It may only be a 10-mile radius. Mm-hmm. Ask to see your analyticals. Yeah. You want to see your keyword phrases that they're using. If you look at your keyword phrases and it has your company name in it, it's not doing you any good. If somebody wants to search for Roadrunner Towing, they go Roadrunner Towing. I'm going to pop up. Yep. I'll be there. Yep. They're going to see my website. They're going to see everything. You know, we can't show the keyword phrases, can we?
No.
I so bad want to do this, but Marcelo already told me I couldn't. Your keyword phrases cannot have your name in them.
Right.
It's doing you no good. It's doing you no good. I think I'm like Tow Truck San Antonio, right? And I'm like number 3.
Yeah.
So you Google Tow Truck San Antonio, and actually Roadrunner Towing is going to pop up. That's a very, very broad search.
Right.
So when you can capture a ranking even above 5 on such a broad search like that, that's when you know you have somebody that's doing your SEO right.
Right.
Now, Marcelo, he mentioned Marcus from RTS in New Braunfels, and so one thing that I talked to Marcelo about, and not because of this other company that's out there, this other company, you know, he tells his customers, well, this is what I can do for you.
Right.
Marcelo did not overlap areas. Okay. So it's true and correct SEO analyticals. You know, just pop them up there. I know there's no keywords on them, but let's just look at my analyticals real quick.
All right. So what we got here is his visibility. And what I'm about to share with you all is showing the fact, well, I blocked out your keywords.
Right.
But you can see Jeff ranking 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 5 on Google, the volume of each one of these. Now, as we progress to keyword phrases that are larger, he's also ranking 5, 7, 11. And these are all these keyword phrases. And as you can see, I'm sharing with you, none of these have his business name in them. So where I'm going with this is, I'll say it right now. I challenge all of you tow operators and businesses to contact your digital marketer and ask them, give me my keyword phrases that you are ranking me for. If you see your business in that keyword phrase, you're getting robbed. And I'm saying it right now. And if they come to you and say, well, who told you this? Give them my name and number, because I'm not afraid of them. The thing is that I'm here to try to protect you. and try to market you. And if they're using your company name, that's what we call a low keyword phrase, because there's not too, how many Roadrunner towing are in Schertz, Texas, right? 1. So naturally he's going to rank number 1, but they're going to come to you and say, oh my gosh, I got you number 1 on Google. That's cheating. So what we do is we rank for the highest sought out keyword phrases in your area. People looking for thousands, of these keyword phrases, and that's where we rank you. Does it take us some time? Absolutely, but it's genuine. And what
and you just said, me and you I told you, I said, man, Marcelo, I don't see nothing happening.
Right.
And he just, look, Jeff, he gave me a period of time, and here in the last 2 or 3 months, 5 months, it's really big. I've got to deal with when somebody calls in. If it's not an account, if it's not a fleet account, if it's not a police department, my dispatchers ask, where did you hear about us? And that's logged into our calls. So I literally could go in and search my calls and search Google, and I can pull up every call that the person said, I found you on Google. And it's more and more every day.
And the beauty of it is, man, is that I don't know if you all caught Facebook. You go to my Facebook, Marcelo Perez. Actually, Marcus went from 156 calls to 260 or something like that. No, I apologize. 156 calls to 460 after he started ranking on Google. So it shows right there that, you know what? If I put you on top of your competitors from my team, you're getting more calls. You get more calls, you get more money. I mean, that's it. It's a win-win. But unfortunately, going into this, and I'm going to be very frank with you all, there's hackers that are digital marketers. And where I'm going with this is I've been to conferences learning about SEO where people have told me, Marcelo, do not tell your customers this. Do not tell your clients this because you're going to lowball us. I'm like, no, I believe in $1 earned for $1 worked, right? So what these guys are doing is they're going in there, they're changing a couple keyword phrases, takes about 10 seconds, and they're charging you thousands of dollars per month. It doesn't make any sense. So
it's not cheap. It's not cheap. But
correct.
What your digital marketer has to do a lot of work to get you where you need to be. And again, I'm going to back up to what we said earlier, that once you start that ranking and you start moving up, that's where you got to start watching out.
Yes.
For the people coming after your Google, that's when they start coming after you because they realize you're becoming
popular. You're becoming popular.
And again, this company that is out there that has been helping the people in the towing industry. I was told I couldn't say their name. Marcelo's had a couple of customers. He's a good friend of mine up in Austin, Texas, Angel. So they're members of Southwest Tow Operators, and of course they got the discount. So Marcelo goes up, redoes his website, gets everything set. So then you got to go to this deal where you've got to transfer everything over. So you've got to get this this domain from the company.
Oh my God!
So how many days did it take you to get their domain?
It took forever, man. See, the problem is, ladies and gentlemen, is that once you give your here's the con. Here's the con. Let's say I come in here as a con and say, hey, you know what, Jeff? I tell you what, you don't have to worry about anything. I'm going to get your domain. I'll get your website. I'll take care of you. I'll invoice you later. Well, what they do is they create the domain and GoDaddy, wherever, but then they become the owners. Once they build a website, they're the owners, but they just make you a viewer. So then when you realize like, oh my gosh, I'm not really, going anywhere on Google. Nobody calls me anymore. Nobody tells me analytics. Nobody gives me reports. I want to leave. Oh, sure, you can leave, but when you leave, we own your domain. We own your website, your pictures, your videos, and everything. And you're like, oh my God. And
Right,
that's
because
that's when you lose everything.
because with Marcelo, I've got everything. Marcelo sets up a Google Drive or something, right? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah.
And I've got access to all my stuff, my
Right.
videos, my promos, my pictures, everything. And when he does your website, it's not just the SEO, it's the backlinking on the pictures,
Yes.
and there's
Yeah.
so much to it. So up in Austin, when you finally got the domain and everything from the company,
Right.
if I remember correctly, their traffic went up
Oh yeah. Huge.
10, 15%,
Oh no, it
20%,
was huge.
500%.
Yes.
Their traffic went up 500%. Now,
Yes.
that sounds like it's going to be a huge number. It was a really good number. It went up 500% because they had no visibility.
Correct.
They had zero visibility on
Right.
Google. So once Marcelo got a hold of it, fixed the website, got a hold of their SEO, took over my Google page, their Google My Business, very quickly. I think it even surprised you. Very quickly,
Yeah, it did. It did.
the results hit like that.
Yeah, and we use credible analytic reports from SEMrush. I mean, anybody can look up SEMrush. I mean, it's not biased in any way. And when I showed Angel, and Tasha, like, look, here's your numbers. Here's the readout. They're just like, well, it gives you a question of, well, what was I doing before, or what were they doing before?
How long have they been with
the other company? I honestly, I don't know. But what I do know is that once he transferred over, and and not only that, but I create, I improve their Facebook, their Instagram, their LinkedIn, his YouTube channel. I was joking with Angel because Cesar, one of his Spanish speaking technicians, had like 56 views on YouTube, which were organic. I loved it. And you know what? I know Cesar because guess what? I get to know all my clients and their employees. And that's important because I had one person that came to me recently talking about the other company who said, I talked to the owner, and after I talked to the owner, they pawned me off on some guy that didn't know exactly what he was doing. And you know what? I felt like a number. Well, I can tell you right now, Jeff, and because you've talked to Derek, I've got a team of 3, and it's veteran owned, veteran managed. We just brought on another gentleman, a sergeant major retiring out of the Army. And you know what? I found that my company, we're always putting our clients first. And we're going to know who you are. We're going to know who your technicians are, your employees are, because that's what matters to us. And that's the only way that we can, market you.
Yeah. So, if I get one person out there that decides to call Marcelo tomorrow, next week, I'm going to challenge you. And, like I said, if you're a member of Southwest Toll Operators, so this is Southwest Toll Operators Facebook page. You need a website. You're not happy with your website. You're not happy with where your rankings are and stuff. Get with Marcelo. He really does do a good job. I'm pretty tough on Marcelo because I'm up very early, and
Yep.
Thank God Marcelo is too, or I'd be waking him up quite a few times during the week. I get ideas.
Yeah, you
Hey, Marcelo, okay, I'll be over there at 10.
Yeah.
And he comes out with his camera equipment and he's doing videos and stuff. He does fantastic promo videos, which I really need a new promo video. But my problem is Marcelo has done such a good job at marketing us. It's very hard for me to put all my trucks in one spot at one time to do a promo video. It's something we're going to have to conquer. We've got a lot of new equipment. We've got some new people. I got some great people. So, it's just, he can handle 100% your marketing. Like I said, the Facebook, thank God he's taught me and he shares with you. Not like these other companies. He's busy. He's very busy. So as you build this relationship with Marcelo, he's taught me some stuff about social media. He taught me about ads and the difference between the ads and the boosts.
Right.
Boost is just very simple. Basically, all you're going to get with a boost is you're going to get the people that are already following your page. You might get a couple of more that look at similar stuff. But when you get into the ads, he did an ad for me on something a couple of weeks ago. And in 2 days, it had 13,000 reactions.
Right.
That's big. So you're going to have to invest in your company. And if you're going to invest in your company, you want to make a smart investment. And there are companies out there, we're going to call them the big box companies, that are there for one thing, and they are there to make money. That's
right.
it. You're just going to have to trust me on this. It's different with Wolverine Productions. This man is continually telling me, Stephen, you're going to see as things pop up that could harm your company in the technology world, we'll be back to talk about other stuff. Because it's not going to stop. It's just like Facebook told you. They're getting really good. Yeah. So remember, we don't want to click any links.
Right.
Whoever's doing your SEO, your website, whatever they're doing for you, shoot them an email tomorrow. Call them. Ask them for your analyticals and your keywords.
Yep.
See what they're doing with them.
Yep.
If you have any questions, get with Marcelo. Marcelo, you guys, can you slap your email up? I know I didn't say anything about this. You can always get it's Marcelo Perez on Facebook. You can find him there. He's got a beautiful picture of him and his daughter there. But you need to take the time to at least make the phone call to Marcelo. You heard him talk about the guy that was talking to the big box company, and how they were making everything sound real good, and then they kind of start. They got the guy that comes in and preps you, and then they send you over to somebody else, and then they talk to you. This isn't a high pressure deal. And believe me, if you take a chance with Marcelo and his crew at Wolverine Productions, you're going to see results. You're going to see results. You may have to be patient, but it happens. And again, Marcelo, if you are a member of Southwest Tow Operators, and again, you can go check out the new website we just got up with Marcelo, www.swtoops.org. Go check that out. He did a great job. We're still finishing up a few things. And just be aware, when you're switching this stuff over, if it goes smooth, great. Nothing's been too bad, but there can also always be some glitches. You're dealing with a couple of different things. But Marcelo's fixed stuff in a very timely manner. And just like I said, remember the discount. But I challenge anybody that wants to start ranking, wants a good website, needs a promo video to check out Marcelo at Wolverine Productions. And again, remember National Open Commerce and Safer Highways Coalition. We're out there fighting for the towing industry right now. Yep. We've got boots on the ground in Washington. We're contacting legislators, committee heads. We're really doing some good stuff right now. if you're looking for any training, continuing education with the TDLR 4 and 8 hour courses, Tim Ward's your man. He does a test up there at Southwest Tour Operators of Plano, Texas. You can check our website for sites around Texas. And look for our training classes coming up. We're going to have a heavy duty rotator class coming up here in a couple of months. We're fixing to start posting some stuff about that. But just, stay tuned with everything. Check out the Coalition Facebook page. Check out the Southwest Tow Operators page. Check out Marcelo Perez with Wolverine Productions. Check out his Facebook page.
And I'm going to be posting several videos. Just if something pops up that's coming out on Google, algorithm changes or things like that, I'm going to post that free, because really it's about awareness and educating you all to protect yourselves. So I do implore yourselves to, if whatever digital marketing company you are using, challenge them. Get those reports. Let them teach you what's going on. Because if they're not, then I would probably look for somebody else. Like, I don't know, myself. But please, also just let you know that I do a free website analysis, free consultations on the phone, because at the end of the day, I just want to help you all to progress and to improve and grow. So, in closing, I just want to thank Jeff and especially Southwest Tow Operators and all the operators that I've met, and hopefully I do meet, myself and Derek, who is my other website designer, are going to be in Las Vegas. So I look forward to meeting any of you all, and we're going to have a booth. We're actually going to be promoting
Recovery Alley is going to have a booth up there
Absolutely.
at the Las Vegas Tow Show in May. First, we'll be up there April 30th, I think, through the 2nd and 3rd.
Right.
We'll be up there, have a booth. Come check us out. We're going to be doing some nice spots there. And then next Thursday, the 28th, I've got Todd Lease with
cool.
Tim's Heroes. Todd is, when it comes to traffic incident management, so Todd used to take care of all the firefighters and the tow trucks on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. He did that for years. And Todd is the type of man, he wanted to understand what the challenges were for the operators. He actually would go to training. He didn't have to do this. He went to training with the heavy duty operators, so he had a better grasp of what they were doing. So many times we get out there on this accident scene and police or fire's like, come on. And things change so quickly out on scene. But he is a wealth of information when it comes to traffic incident management. He's got a passion for roadway worker safety. He was just named the assistant chief for the Cumberland Valley Firefighters Association. He does work with respondersafety.com, which is another great place for information. But Todd will be on here next week. Cool. I'd like to see y'all all back out here next week. It's going to be a great show. But for now, myself and Marcelo, we're going to thank you. We'll see you next week. And God bless and be safe, everybody.
God bless y'all. Thank you so much.